Good evening, everybody. This is your host, Folk, and welcome back to the 256 Report, brought to you by Bitcoin Mining World. Today is Wednesday, August 27th. Bitcoin is currently hovering above $111,000, peaking around $112,500 in the last 24 hours, so not too far from today's top. Over the last 7 days, we are down 2.7%, reaching a top of around $117,000 almost. This is a crazy time to be in the market. I know there's still a lot of people just now jumping in, but for the people that have been around here for the past few years, I'm sure some of you guys are finally starting to take some profits. Either way, this price like this and times like this is what we like to see. Moving over here to the network hash rate, current network hash rate sitting above 900 exahash, and at some point today actually reaching over a zettahash once again. Over here we got up to 1.05 zettahash. Crazy numbers, crazy players are hopping into the space every single day. We love to see it. Anything to further decentralize the Bitcoin network, we're always rooting and cheering for. Sadly, the hash price did drop about 7% from a month ago, down to $54.30 per pH. If you don't know what that means, if you got 10 pH running daily, you're grossing in $540 on average. That's not including your power rate. But price is going down over time. We'll see what happens before this next difficulty adjustment. If things continue with this trend like we're seeing in the network hash rate, even over the last week, we are starting to kind of get back down a little bit. Historically, you'll see big players unplug right before the difficulty change, try and game the system a little bit. But we are curious to see what's going to happen next time. Over here, when we're looking into mutual funds and ETFs, you can see that the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green today, along with the NASDAQ and even the Russell 2000. Russell 2000, if you guys are not aware, is highly correlated to the Bitcoin and crypto space. So anytime that we can see the Russell move, it's always a good sign for us that something good is coming in the future. Back to yesterday's episode, I was brought up Block Inc. launches the Proto Rig. It's more of a module design to the typical racked miners that you're seeing currently. You're getting about 1.5 times the hash power in the same amount of square footage. I did pull up a few pictures that Proto posted the other day, where we can really kind of get into the weeds of what's going on, what it's going to be looking like. One thing that's not displayed in this picture, but I did see in a video when the miner was announced, is any miner technicians out there. I'm sure you guys all have some good stories with how many fans you've got to come in and change after a weekend when nobody's been on site. But it looks like there's no screws for these fans, which is really cool. Anything to kind of speed it along. It's got 3 individual PSUs down here at the bottom, and I think it's running with 9 hash boards. They are still claiming to get around 14.1 joules per terahash. Starting to see more people say it's more than likely going to be closer to 20 in all reality in regular mining conditions. Most of the time when these companies are putting out numbers like these, it is the ideal temperature, the ideal environment, and 98% of people are not running in that type of environment. So what you guys may see will almost certainly differ from what they're citing. It would be great if it wasn't. But we'll end up having to see. Over here, you can see that it looks like it's just one single control board that is feeding all 9 of these hash boards. Kind of neat to see. I can't wait till I finally get my hands on one. Super excited to be able to see this thing, see how it runs, see how long it's lasting, what type of thermal paste they ended up using on the chips. Really, it does look like a cool machine that can truly change the game. Taking a look over here at Cointelegraph, just a whole bunch of nonsense as always, talking about some shit coins. Bitcoin can still hit 160K by Christmas. Just the typical kind of gotcha headlines, try and get you to click. One good thing that popped out of the traditional markets today is NVIDIA earnings were pretty, like, they came up quite a bit above what they were expecting. Surprisingly, nothing in the market to react. They actually closed in the red, and further on in the futures market, they're down even further. We'll see what they end up opening up with tomorrow. Over the last few hours, you can tell Bitcoin did take a nice little price drop, starting to do a little bit of a recovery, but we'll see if that's able to hold overnight. Um, it's kind of it for today's news. Nothing too big in the Bitcoin mining space with any of the large players or really too much cool going on online at the moment. Check back in tomorrow and see what else we've got. As always, guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe so you can always be updated when we're posting new content. I appreciate everybody checking in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.